Hello, guys. It's Melissa Nager, and it is Thursday. Good morning, first of all. If you have your cup of coffee, cheers. I had mine. Cheers with my coffee cup. Um, Go ahead and when you pop on and you're joining us, go ahead and comment what city and state you're from so that we can give you a shout out. If you have any questions along the video, go ahead and drop it in the comments because I can see it and I'll try to answer best I can. And today, as always, I'm coming to you with some tips and some things that I struggle with and my team struggles with, and I'm bringing it to you so that we can talk about it and get the messages out to more people in network marketing or in your home business so that we can hopefully help more people find success. Sorry, I totally skipped the word find. So I'm a little sleepy today. Usually by Thursday, Friday, I'm pretty tired because I've been working a lot midweek. So you'll have to excuse me if I have some slip ups and I say funny things. So what we're going to talk about today is some tips to help you stop overthinking things in your business and start doing instead of overthinking. This topic is really important to me because first of all, this was my absolute biggest weakness, and it continues to be a struggle that I struggle with on a day-to-day basis. I have to keep my mindset in check, and I have to constantly remind myself to stop overthinking. This is something I have a really, really hard time with, and I know a lot of people do. I actually just recently went to my team and ask them for some input on where they're struggling most in their business. And more than one said overthinking. They're not keeping things simple enough. So what we're going to talk about today is maybe some things that you can do and some tips to help you stop overthinking and, get moving in the right direction and release that roadblock. It's basically a big roadblock. So, to be successful, you need to always have new ideas and innovations and things like that. But for a lot of people that are in business, the process of starting something new and learning usually stops before it even gets off the ground. It's overthinking that stops it. And another word for it or another term for it is paralysis analysis. Paralysis by analysis. I'm sorry. Again, there I go. If you're thinking too much about the tiny little details and worrying about all the outcomes and all the things that could go wrong, you're going to find that you are coming straight to a halt. You're getting frustrated. The people that are more left brain, that are analytical types, number oriented people seem to overanalyze the most. And I think that's why I have a problem. I'm always looking for a solution and a direct plan. And so a lot of times I get caught up in the overanalyzing of things. And it's really, really obviously important to think about what you're getting into and make a plan and, look at the pros and the cons and everything. But if your mind is super like this, over time, and it's stopping you from moving forward, then that's a problem. Something's wrong. So that's something that you need to address, something that you need to better strategize over, something that you need to get your mindset in check and know that you have to defeat that on a day-to-day basis if it's something that you struggle with. So I think there's 8 tips I'm going to talk about. I want to say there was 8. So let's get right into it. If you need to find any of my videos, you can go to workingwithmelissa.com on my blog. There's also a YouTube link I have on my Facebook, I believe. I may have been today. So if you need any of the other videos or other tips that we've talked about, you can always find them there. So number one, when we're talking about stopping overthinking, make a clear decision. Instead of overthinking whatever you're starting or whatever you're getting into and dissecting it and taking all these little tiny pieces, stop doing that. Stop doing that and take some action. Make a clear decision. Decide to set yourself up. Start your new project or your business. If like I do these live videos, decide to do the videos. Decide to write in your blog. Decide to create your product first. decide. The word decide, when you think about the word decide, it means to cut off all the other options. So you need to move forward and follow one course of action, instead of like wishy-washy standing, in the shallow water looking all around. You need to just dive in. So that is number one, make a decision. I know it seems simple, but a lot of times we are not making a clear decision. We're sitting there wallowing, wondering, thinking, too much thinking, just too much thinking. So number two on my tips is just do it. Like my live videos that I do, when I first started these live videos, and a lot of times I honestly am not very prepared. I just kind of go with whatever I've heard people are struggling with or whatever, and I just kind of go with it. I just go with it. I don't do a lot of preparation. I don't take up a lot of time overthinking it. Just do it. Oftentimes, people let fear stop them from starting something new or going for it, and it's always going to be the wrong decision. You could be missing out on a really life-changing thing. You could be missing out on a lot of things when you're letting fear stop you. Maybe it's the wrong thing. Maybe it's the wrong company. Maybe it's the wrong thing to do, but you're never going to know that until you at least try and apply yourself and make some sort of a move in that direction to find out. Just don't get caught up in the details of, like doubting yourself, that you don't know enough, or that you think it can be the opposite, that you know more than you do. Just start before you're ready. Just dive right in. Like Nike says, to just do it. You can deal with the problems as they come. And a lot of times when you get everything going and everything is falling into place, you're going to get through those challenges anyway, and you're worrying ahead of time for no reason at all. And you can do tweaking along the way and educate more on specific subjects, but you're going to get through all those challenges. We've all made that journey, and that's just part of it. So number three, going to number three already. Commit 100% to your business. There is in the world, people in general, we have a big fear of commitment. Usually you relate that, to relationships, like your spouse or whatever, like somebody doesn't want to stop being single, and stay married, or there's like responsibilities and one person isn't doing it. But commitment, fears can also be, exposed in your business. A lot of people are just not committed. If you're in a casual or sort of single, sort of married relationship with your business, you operate hot and cold, rarely 100% on. And a lot of them, this is why there's such a high rate of like in the 90% that people quit in the first 90 days is a lot of people just throw the towel in before they even give it a real chance. It's not something, being in network marketing or being an entrepreneur is not something that you can turn on and turn off. You really have to stick with it for the long haul, and it takes a commitment, just like if you were in a marriage. Don't be all like glitzy eyed and like, oh my God, enamored with the glamour of being your own boss or being your own CEO. It's not easy. It's just not easy. And especially if you're not someone who's going to be a committed type of person, it can just, be, like I always relate it to like the people who go out to Nashville to become big stars. It's not easy. That's why only a small amount of people actually make it. And it's the same in network marketing or as an entrepreneur. So ask yourself, are you tough enough? Are you going to be able to do this? Are you going to stick it out no matter what, at all costs? Are you truly 100% committed? And if you are, then once you've dove right in, all your stuff that you're doing, like these live videos, the blog posts, your training of your team, commit to it 100% and don't let anything distract you. Keep your eye on the prize. So that is number three. And number four, guys, is focus on your goals. I remember when I first started college back, I had this like, I had this goal. My goal was I wanted to be an EMT. I wanted to actually be a firefighter, which is probably surprising to some people, but I went to EMT school. And I chose to study, you know, that because I thought it was really interesting, and I was excited by the thought of being on scene, you know, like helping people, coming to the rescue. I've always wanted to help people. But, you know, I bought all the books, I went to all the classes, you know, before everything started, I got so excited about the anticipation of it. And I found out that it wasn't what I thought. Like the courses were like seeing disturbing photographs, you know, doing medical procedures. I had to ride along in an ambulance. Not stuff I was glamorizing it. You know, I was glamorizing it with the stuff that I thought it was going to be. So, you know, all I wanted to do was, you know, be in the fire truck, get the medical supplies out, save people, you know, yet I was expected to like take tests on this stuff that was disturbing, you know, processes, laws, rules. So it totally like killed my enthusiasm, totally killed what I wanted to do. And I couldn't wait for it to be over, so much to the point that I ended up dropping out. And I just totally quit on my whole entire goal, my whole plan. And overthinking in your business is very similar. If you think too much, you research for hours, you stop yourself in excessive planning. That's what I call it, stop your brain. It can take you away from your other goals or your big goals. You're going to kill your buzz that got you excited in the first place, and it's going to start to fade, your excitement and your thrill of it. So don't let yourself get sidetracked. The overthinking can really get you focused on the wrong things, and kill your buzz, basically. So, you know, you have to start at some point or you never get started, but remind yourself on a constant basis why you started in the first place and why you want to stay focused on your vision and what you want out of your business, if that makes sense. So number 5 is break things down. Break things down, you know, simplify. Have you ever like looked up and thought, oh my God, I'm never, ever going to get up to the top floor on that building? And you're telling yourself that before you even start the journey up the stairs. So it's really easy to feel consumed by something because it looks so big and complex. I mean, like you see all these people reaching success and you have like all these steps to go to before you even get there, but you're already setting yourself up for failure. You tell yourself it's not possible. In whatever roundabout way you're telling yourself that. Doubt creeps in. You think of all the stuff that that can go wrong along the way. You know, you start doubting yourself. And then, you know, obviously after doing something for years and, you know, knowing now that when you break things down into small pieces, there's only so much to do in one day. I like to do one day at a time goals. I totally operate on, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to get this done today. And that is all I do. And all of those action steps that I take in my business that I say I'm going to do in one day is the proven system that's going to get me to that big end goal. And I know that, and you have to have faith in that. So, you know, if I was, if I was thinking of all the things I had to do to get to this big end goal at the end of the year, and I had that on my mind every day, that would drive me crazy, totally insane. So, you know, allocate times every day and just do the steps that you know that it's going to take to get you there. You're only focusing on one little project at a time. That way, blocks of time. You know, like what step can you take right now, just right now, that's going to move you in the right direction? Don't worry about it being teeny tiny or maybe ridiculously hard or anything. Don't worry about that. Just do it no matter what. Just do it, like I said earlier. So number 6, this one's pretty simple, but people don't do this. Stop asking everyone else's opinion. I know it's crazy, but you need to tell yourself and train your brain to avoid things that can lead to overthinking. And I'm still working on this. Asking other people for their opinion on either what you're doing or what you know, for their opinions just in general, for feedback, can cause you to think too much. You know, like what if you get so excited and you're like, oh my God, this is like an awesome idea. This is so freaking awesome, dude. I gotta tell somebody. I gotta see what they think. And you go and you tell somebody and their response is like, I don't know. They point out all the things you weren't thinking about, all the negatives, tell you it's probably too risky, you're not going to succeed, because I know Bob, and Bob totally sucked at network marketing, and it's not going to work. Think about that. What you're hearing is the words that they said to make you give up on your dreams and your goals before you even got started on that idea. So, it can be helpful to get creative criticism, and the key to that is getting it from someone who's qualified, a qualified source or a mentor or a leader, someone who has followed that same path in business and followed the same road and journey that you are getting to as far as your goal, and or someone who is like your target prospect, customer, recruit. Then if you get some sort of advice that's negative, then you should consider it. Then you should think about it. But don't take the word of people who have no idea what you're doing. The wrong people, even if they mean well, can derail you, cause overthinking, and just keep your ideas under wraps until you're ready to tell the world that you succeeded. That's what I suggest. Number 7, guys. I know I'm going through these fast just because there's a lot, so I didn't want to take up a ton of time. Number 7 is avoiding negative thoughts. We all think negative on a day-to-day basis without even realizing that we're doing it. And a lot of the things that it takes practice with in network marketing or being an entrepreneur is getting more able to set yourself up to avoid those negative thoughts. Gaining those skills and keeping your mindset in check on an everyday basis so that you can avoid that happening as best as possible. When you're overthinking, you're just stuck in that negative where your thoughts are coming from fear and attached to the outcome. Oh my God, can I really do this? What if a lot of people are afraid of success and don't even realize it. Oh my God, what if this really works? What am I going to do then? Oh my God. It usually leads to procrastination when you're overthinking and having the negative thoughts. It prevents you from taking your action. Again, I recommend just do it no matter what your thoughts are telling you. No leader and no millionaire, no successful person got where they're at by procrastinating and thinking about everything they're going to do. It just did not happen that way. Every time you get a negative thought, learn to stop it. Use positive affirmations, personal development, vision boards, things like that. Those are really great tools, and it will help you a ton, I promise. So the last one, healthy distraction. Number 8 is healthy distraction. Another way to stop, and I've learned this is a really big help, actually. It's, nobody really thinks about it, like, unless you've done it and it works, I guess is the best way to say it. A way to stop the overthinking, like just put a stop to it, is distraction, but a healthy distraction. You can only obviously 100% deal with one issue at a time, one thing at a time effectively. And when your mind is going with all of these things and it's like, and I know you felt that way because I know exactly the feeling, but it's hard to describe. It's your thoughts and your excuses and everything that's going in there is keeping you from executing your business and your plan and your goal. It's time to take a break, dude. Time to break. Distract yourself, you can go for a walk, you can exercise, listen to music. I do meditating. I freaking love guided meditation. And I've talked about that before. Those are all really great ways to slow it down, slow the mind down, and stop those negative thoughts from pouring in. So that is, a summary of 8 tips that you can use to stop overthinking and start doing things in your business. Nothing is perfect. And if you hold that expectation that this is going to go perfect, this is going to be great, they said everything is going to work, they're going to teach me and I won't have to even think twice about it. That's ridiculous. There is no perfection. Life isn't perfect. Business is not perfect. So, you're never going to get everything perfect the first time. And perfection just doesn't exist. So you could be waiting a really long time if you're waiting for everything to be perfect. So instead of that, just work out the problems along the way. Know that they're going to arise. Block those negative thoughts when they do come in. curbing that overthinking and taking action instead of letting it bog you down will stop that cycle, and you'll start building and you'll see things growing. And if this is something that you suffer with, I invite you to make a comment here under the video or on this post and tell me what kind of strategies have you used to stop overthinking. It's a very important subject, and I think a lot of people are doing it. A lot of people have not stopped to think about what they can do to stop doing it. So that is my tips to you to help stop overthinking and start doing more in your business. So again, happy Thursday, you guys. I am excited for this weekend. It's my birthday coming up. Yay, happy birthday to me. So I have some plans and stuff, so I'm excited about that. But I will be back tomorrow for your end of the week Friday tips. Same time, same place, right here in my dang kitchen. So I will see you guys then. Have a fantastic day.